Hi again then folks, and welcome to, of course, day 4 of the Special Projects car pack, quote unquote, that I'm releasing in GT7. This time get into a car which I know some of you were keen on, the rally-based 911 RGT, as it's called technically, in that kind of supercar meets rally car class. This one is a replica from a different game. Put the game down in the comments if you know what it is, and it's a pretty simple build to do. So only around 425 horsepower, 1250 kilos. Of course, this is another Secret Santa style shout out, if you will, to a community member who made the livery and the design. So as far as the parts, it's very simple. And as you can kind of tell from the specs, it's not even at 600 points, so it's not a crazy build at all. You want your stage 1 weight reduction. Of course, it already comes with hard tyres, so that doesn't matter. You want your stage 2 weight. You don't actually need the power restrictor for this one, but I always like to fit it anyway, in case you need it, and it's not like it's expensive anyway. Of course you need your dirt tyres and your ballast as well. As far as the semi-racing stuff, you want your fully customised computer, the racing clutch, well, actually I've got the semi-racing clutch, I should say, and the fully customised limited slip diff. If I jump quickly to this one, I believe I do indeed have the racing clutch, so you can skip over the semi-racing one, you don't need that. Go to the diff though, you do want your fully customised limited slip diff, stage 3 weight of course, jump over to racing, you want your racing silencer, that's partially the visuals, partially the sound, and of course partially to up the power as well. Racing discs, does not matter if you go for drilled or slotted, you could even go for carbon ceramics if you want to. Racing pads, of course the fully customised suspension, as I said the racing clutch and flywheel, race transmission, and unfortunately we can't do the stage 4 weight, but you don't necessarily need to because we are working with 1250 kilos, and because it is a rally build, I have fitted the drift style steering angle adapter and the hydraulic handbrake for when you want to use it. So as I said, relatively simple, not a particularly expensive build either. Again, if I recall correctly, I don't think this one has the wide body fitted. It actually looks like maybe it does have the wide body now that I'm looking at that because it's not available. So I think maybe I did fit the wide body actually for this one. So if you fit that, then of course as we go into the visual customization, I'll flash up on screen the creator who made the livery, the design, all the parts, etc. And then if again I recall correctly, I don't recall changing anything about what they've done. So if you take a look at the screen, if it looks like I've added anything or taken it away, of course you could do that if you want to. But all things considered, that is their design. Of course, show them some love from me as well. Then last, but of course not least, we need to jump back into the home garage and then into the car tuning section to do the actual build where everything comes together. So fit your dirt tyres, of course, your fully customised suspension. I would recommend 130mm on the front, 140 on the back. I've gone for 7 on our anti-roll, 38 for compression with 33 on the rebound or expansion as they call it, 2.85 for frequency, half a degree of camber, front and rear. I've gone for 5 or 0.5 even, toe in on the back, and 0.15 toe out on the front, of course, for stability. Then as far as the diff, I say this all the time, but it's important. Everyone has their own preferences of driving, so if you want to mess around with any of this, if you don't quite like what I've done, absolutely go for it. And of course, feel free to drop settings down below if you think they work well. I've gone for 20 on the torque, 40 on acceleration, 50 on braking, and in case it wasn't already obvious, this is exclusively designed for dirt. So I don't use this on the tarmac at all, and I consequently cannot tell you or promise you what it will be like on the road, because I don't use this on the road. So, of course, we don't have NOS. The transmission is a close ratio. I've only gone for 270 kilometers an hour. Again, it's just a dirt build. The power restrictor is untouched, as I said. You do want your ECU set to 92%, to bring us down to about 425 horsepower, or as close as you can get to it really. You want to add 162 kilos of ballast to meet that 1250 weight, and I've opted to put it all the way to the front just to put a bit more weight over that front end and bring it a bit closer to that precious 50-50. As far as downforce, you can't adjust the front on this one, but the back I've got set as low as it can go. Again, you could put that up if you want. Different people have different preferences. And then, of course, as far as the parts, most of this is normal. The silencer is fitted, as I said. Then we've got the racing discs, of course, the racing pads, the handbrake, the clutch, and, of course, the steering angle adapter. And, as I showed you earlier on, stage 3 weight reduction. So that's all you need to do, all in for the tune. Now, of course, let's jump onto the dirt and see what it can do. So this particular build is of course the odd one out of all 10. It's the only off-road vehicle that I added in this Special Projects Pack 1, if you will. Now, the concept of a 911 rally car, old or new, sounds a little bit leery. Rear engine, rear-wheel drive, off-road with dirt tyres. With any amount of power, that could be awful. So give this one a try. I think you might be surprised by how much you like it. If you've never tried rallying a 911, they are actually deceptively good. And it's a shame that rally isn't really given that much time in GT7 or GT Sport for that matter, because the potential for it to be a lot of fun is definitely there. We have some really good ones like the Escudo and builds like this, but then you don't get the chance to use them that often beyond just fun or online lobbies. So if you do use it, give me some feedback, tell me if you enjoyed it, tell me if you changed anything, any recommendations you like to bring in yourself, and of course, if this is the first build of the week that you've watched, definitely check out the other ones. I've done a ton of other builds, there's another one coming out later today, and of course more tomorrow as well. But that's it for this special project overall. I'll see you next time, and for now, as always, thanks for watching.